When you're on Tinder, you're on Bumble, you're on every dating site known to man, you're going on dates, and you're telling me you're on a heart sabbatical because you're not in a relationship? No, ma'am. No, sir. That is not a heart sabbatical. That's me finding distractions. All right, y'all, it's your girl Sam, and I'm here to answer some of the most popular questions that I've gotten on social media since I've started, okay? And so one question that I get constantly is, how do you heal after a broken heart? Or what are the best ways to heal after a broken heart? And so in this video, I'm going to give you 6 steps to choose healing after a broken heart. And I say choose on purpose, okay? We'll get there. But I hope that you like the channel, like the content. I will be answering questions like this throughout my YouTube. And so please comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you want to hear from me, okay? I'm watching, all right? Okay, so here we go. 6 steps to heal after a broken heart. Number 1, forgive. All right, and forgiveness is such a big deal. We hear that a lot, forgiving yourself, forgiving other people, and we hear it so much, forgive. And people will tell me, I've forgiven. But when I ask them about the situation or they repeat what has happened to them, they say it with so much emotion. Like they talk about it like it happened yesterday. And to me, you haven't forgiven. No. When we forgive, we let go of that. We let go of the emotions tied to that. To me, that just says I swept it under the rug and we kept on moving in this program without actually addressing the issues. We haven't truly forgiven and we haven't truly moved forward. We've swept it under the rug. And then in our next argument, I'm going to bring this up again because I truly haven't forgiven you for what you've done that time, the time before that, the time before that. That's collecting offenses, y'all, and staying in the relationship. That is not forgiving. And so in order for you to heal after a broken heart, it is to forgive. It is to say, I forgive this person for what they've done. And I let go. I let go of the offense. I let go of the emotion. I let go of the things that have happened, the way that made me feel. I let go of those things. I'm not saying to forget because forgetting is important, right? As you decide to continue in that relationship, but that same issue keeps arising and that person hasn't truly taken the steps to heal, well, then that's a whole different issue, right? But if we are holding on to the emotions and the anger that come with the offenses that have been done to us, how do you truly expect a relationship to heal? Because every time something new happens, you've got your collection, you've got your list of everything that person has done that you really have forgiven, quote unquote, but you haven't truly let go. And I'm a spiritual woman. As you guys know, I believe that God forgives us with the same measure that we forgive other people. And so if we don't forgive, he doesn't forgive. It says, please God, forgive us as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. So in order for us to forgive, in order for us to be forgiven, we must forgive. And let go and forgive the way that God has called us to forgive. Forgive the way that Jesus has modeled forgiveness. That's how we forgive. And God isn't saying to us, hey, you did that like 2 days ago. So I don't know how I feel about this. And I'm mad at this and this you done. So I'm not going to show up for you. That's not how God forgives. It says he removes your sin from you from the east to the west. That's a challenge. That's difficult. That's not what culture is telling us to do. But forgiveness is so important to move forward in a relationship and to heal after heartbreak. Okay. And I'm not just talking about forgiving the other person. I'm also saying that you need to forgive yourself for the things that you allowed, that you may be mad at yourself for allowing. I've met women along the journey and men that have felt that they forgave so much. They forgave so many different things. They overlooked certain things. They stayed too long. They stayed beyond their expiration date. They allowed certain things to happen and they have not forgiven themselves for their part in the situation. And so I want to say, in order for you to heal, truly heal, is to forgive not only the other person, but yourself. Step number 2 is to take accountability and make peace with the past. That means I take accountability for my part in this relationship. I take accountability for where we are right now. I take accountability for that. And a lot of people don't take accountability. They rather make it about the other person and what they did and how they did wrong and this, that, and the third. You don't heal after heartbreak not taking accountability for your part in this. Take accountability. Take accountability for your part. We all have a part to play. We must take accountability for our part. I truly think that when people do not take accountability for their part of the dissolution of a relationship, it keeps them from healing. It keeps them from moving on. It keeps them from really having a true relationship with anyone else because they do not take accountability for their part. And I'm not saying it's your fault, but there's always something that we can learn from, something we can take accountability for. There's always lessons to be learned in everything. Even if it wasn't your fault, there's always a lesson to be learned. Don't miss the lesson trying to blame somebody else, okay? Taking accountability and making peace. Okay, so making peace with it, making peace with the fact that I stayed and I shouldn't have stayed, or making peace with the situation as is, or the childhood as it, whatever that is for you, making peace with it. You did the best you could. There was parts and there was relationships that I had been in my past, and I literally had to work in therapy saying, listen, I make peace with that. I was young, I didn't know any better. And I stayed in something way beyond my expiration date. And I have to make peace with that. I forgive myself, or I allow God's forgiveness to fill me. And I made peace with the fact that that version of myself stayed longer than this version of myself would have. And that's okay. Make peace. Make peace with it. So step number 3 is a heart sabbatical. What is a heart sabbatical? Well, this is a term my girl Ginger Dean, her Instagram handle is @lovingmeafterwe. And she talks about a thing called a heart sabbatical, which I think is a great way to term it. So I'm going to use it in this. Step number 3, heart sabbatical. What does that mean? A complete break from dating. Your heart takes a break. What is that, Sam? Heart takes a break. I'm on a heart sabbatical, Sam. Are you? When you're on Tinder, you're on Bumble, you're on every dating site known to man, you're going on dates, and you're telling me you're on a heart sabbatical because you're not in a relationship? No, ma'am. No, sir. That is not a heart sabbatical. That's me finding distractions. A heart sabbatical is a true and blue break from anybody that you see as a love interest. Anybody that you see as a love interest, that is who you're taking a break from. You take a break. If you love men, I got to take a break from men completely. I'm not going out with them. I'm not hanging out with them as friends. I ain't on the phone with them. I am truly taking a break to heal. I'm giving my heart some time to truly heal from the things that have happened. And some of you guys are struggling with you may be in a relationship right now with somebody else and you still haven't healed from your ex. And you're bringing in the baggage from your past relationship and you're wondering why. I'll tell you why. Because you didn't truly take the time or enough time to heal from what you just went through, to allow your heart to get back into functioning at its fullest capacity after a heartbreak. Okay, so that comes into my 4th thing, because taking time without it being quality time would be useless. So again, we're taking the heart sabbatical, right? We're taking a break. But what should you do in that time? Choose healing. You choose healing. Number 4, choose healing. Sam, what does healing look like? That could look like therapy. For me, it was therapy every week. For me, it was growing in my spiritual relationship with God and growing dependent upon him instead of another person, and depending on that person to fill me up in ways that only God could. That's what it was for me. I don't know what it is for you. I don't know what your healing process looks like, but heal. Don't just jump into something else. Don't just get with the next person, because that's what we tend to do in our society. We just jump from relationship to relationship and we still haven't healed. I don't care if you've been single for 2 years since your last relationship. Have you taken the time to heal? Meaning that, okay, when you're in your new relationship with somebody else, they do something that's kind of like what your ex did, and you fly off the handle, you go nuts, you calling him, cursing him out because your ex did something similar to that, and you are not going to be caught in the same situation, slipping again. You're calling them out. You're doing so much. In the situation, you jump to a conclusion, and let's say the conclusion wasn't the accurate one. And you find yourself ruining the next relationship because you were triggered by something that you haven't truly taken the time to heal from. And now you got somebody else who has now been bled on, so to speak, when they didn't cut you. They are now having to move in ways and in certain sensitivities because of things that you have not chosen healing over. Now you're super sensitive. They go out too late with their friends, or they don't respond right away, or they're not doing X, Y, and Z. Okay, you haven't healed. Time means nothing if I'm not taking the time to heal. You can spend 5 years by yourself, but have you taken the time to heal from your last relationship? Have you taken that time and truly sat in front of a therapist and really given them your undivided attention? You sitting there and they're going in, they're having you to take accountability. They're giving you some insight. You're using the tools. You're really learning tools. You're understanding things about yourself that you didn't know. You're talking about the lessons that you've learned. Have you taken that time? If you haven't, then how do you expect to heal? And people be like, oh, well, I'm going to heal in my next relationship with the next person. No, that's not where you heal. You heal by yourself in your heart sabbatical for however long you decide to be on a heart sabbatical. I would say at least 3 months, 6 months preferably. It depends on how long you've been in a relationship. Can't expect yourself to heal from, being in a relationship for, let's say you were in a relationship for 3 years. And you decide I'm going to be single and now I'm taking a 1 month sabbatical and jumping into the next relationship. No, you have not taken the time to heal. You also have to heal in proportion to the time that you were in the relationship. So at least 3 months, okay? At least 3 months, taking a heart sabbatical, really focusing on you, really focusing on the things that you need to work on. Really focusing on the lessons you need to, because we all can learn something. We are imperfect beings. There's always something that we can learn, we can grow from, and we can do differently in our next relationship so that next person can get the best version of you. Okay, so choose healing. Make it quality time. Don't just take time because, I'm taking time, I'm taking 2 years. No, you were emotionally unavailable. That doesn't mean you were taking quality time to heal, okay? Let's not confuse the two. All right. The fifth thing that I would say that you need to do to heal after a heartbreak, focus on you. 5 and 6, they kind of play off of each other. Okay. So be prepared for that. But 5 is focusing on you. What does that mean? Build the business, reconnect with friends. Really start working on if there's childhood trauma that you see popping up in your relationship, taking the time to really be honest with the therapist, taking quality time with the therapist to process the things that you're doing. Join a workshop. Start learning about things that you want to learn. Start doing things that you want to do. Start traveling. Focus on you. For me, it was like, okay, starting the businesses and what, Sam? Getting into the best shape of my life. I said, no more excuses. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to focus. I'm going to do everything my trainer tells me to do. I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. And you know what? I did it. I did it. I grew in my spirituality. I was in my therapy sessions once a week. I made it so that when I took a break, it was a quality break where I could truly heal from my heartbreak. Okay. So focusing on you. That's number 5, right? Number 6 is not focusing on the ex. Okay? Not focusing on the ex. Stop focusing on the ex. Block them if you need to. Block and rebuke. Okay? Some of us, we get out of the relationship and we are on their social medias. We on their stories. We asking friends to check their social medias for us. What they doing, where they at, what they got going on. That is not moving on. You are still stuck. And you, unfortunately, some people may be checking up on their exes while they in a relationship with somebody else. No, you have not taken enough time to heal. You cannot move forward looking backwards. You cannot drive a car looking in the rearview mirror. No, no, no. What this time has to be is quality time focusing on you. Not worried about who they with, what they seeing, what they doing, what they got going on. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're not your issue no more. They are not with you. And if there's parts of you that feel like you could have done that relationship better, then you should focus on those parts of you and then put your ego to the side to focus and work towards that. But if that is not the case, then you need to focus on moving forward, not looking backwards. That means you got to block them. Okay? Block their social media accounts. Don't look at what they got going on. Don't try to drive by their house or see what don't do any of that. It's not your concern. It don't matter. That's probably not proper English, but it don't matter. You focus on you. You don't focus on them. And if it's a situation where you know you have to let go of this relationship, if you need to, if you feel like it's going to have you, slip back into patterns of behavior that you no longer want to be a part of, I would even block them from your phone. If that's what it takes, move forward. I'm telling y'all. Tell your friends and family, don't update me on what they doing. Don't tell me what they got going on. I don't care. Ain't my problem. I don't care. And maybe inside you really do care, but you gonna speak that into existence. I don't care. I don't care what they got going on. I don't care where they're going. I don't care where they're headed. I don't care. All right? Because focusing on you, not focusing on them, is gonna get you to your final destination. It's gonna get you to the place of healing after the heartbreak, because that's the whole point of this video, is healing after the heartbreak. And again, if this is not a situation where you're trying to move on from this person, let's say you're married to this person and you're trying to reconcile the relationship, and it's not just so blocking, not focus on your ex, whatever. It's not an ex, it's somebody you're still with. Then it becomes not focusing on the problem, not focusing on what happened. Focusing on the things that they are doing to reconcile and repair the relationship, or you're reconciling and repairing the relationship. Again, you cannot move forward looking backwards. So this is somebody that's watching this, that you're married, you're not trying to leave. It's not focusing on the past. Can't change the past. It happened. It's about focusing on the future, focusing on what's happening right now, what you're doing right now, what they're doing right now. You cannot put so much energy looking backwards that you bumping into walls moving forward. Okay? So, anyway, guys, this is my video about 6 steps to healing after heartbreak. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I will be doing more and more videos answering questions that I've been asked. So if there's a question you want me to answer, go ahead and comment it below, message, whatever that is. Get in touch with me. I want to answer your question, okay? So thank you guys for watching this, and I hope you like more videos, or you subscribe so you can see more videos of me talking about stuff just like this. All right. Love y'all. See you soon.